Okay, welcome to the first video tutorial about using Delicious. Again, Delicious is a pretty popular social bookmarking or website bookmarking tool, which allows you to organize websites that you want to go back to, that you want to save, reference at a future date, possibly share with somebody else. There's a lot of uses for Delicious, but the main thing is we want to be organized with our bookmarks so that we can search for them and have easy access to them. So this tutorial will go through how to set up your account and how to put the Save to Delicious button into your browser toolbar, and then we'll walk through saving a bookmark to your new setup. Okay, so to start, we'll go to delicious.com, and we have two options, sign in or join, so we don't have an account. So once you get to delicious.com, the first thing we'll do is click join. And you'll need a username, a password, and then an email address to associate with your account. So for the username, I'm going to suggest that we go with your last name and then the 4 digits that were assigned to you from the school associated with your student email and a variety of other things that you use to log into the computer network and so forth. So let's use that, unless it's not available, which I can't imagine it's not. Your password, I think it's easiest if we go with your ID number. So let's use your school ID number so that we have no confusion about that later on. And let's use your school email address to associate with that. So again, it's your last name and those 4 digits, and then it's going to be at student.d211.org. Okay, so make sure you proofread that before you click Join Delicious to make sure you spelled student correctly, you have your last name in correctly, and the 4 digits are correct. We don't want any mistakes. Okay, then once you click Join, you'll have to enter some CAPTCHA computer code just to make sure we're not a robot to actually create your account. Okay, so I already have an account created, so I'm going to enter my username and password and sign in. Okay, so your screen could look slightly different. It could walk you through it probably looks like this. We have a couple different options here. The first that we're going to use today is to get this button here onto our toolbar up here so that we have access to that Save to Delicious option all the time. Okay, then we can get back to creating stacks and importing bookmarks from other sources later on. But for today's tutorial, we're going to focus on that here. So what we need to do is get this button up onto our browser toolbar so we have access to it. Now it says to drag this button to your browser toolbar, but we are using a version of Internet Explorer that is not able to do that. So what I'm going to do is right click on that. So go ahead and right click on that button and click Add to Favorites. Okay, and then you'll have to answer the question. You are adding a favorite that might not be safe. Do you want to continue? Of course, yes, I want to continue. Okay, now this is important here, so take a second before you just go ahead and click Add. That the name, we can click Save, use Save on Delicious, that's fine, but we're create in. We don't want it in the favorites because we don't want to have to navigate over here to our favorites and find it. So I'm going to hit that down arrow, okay, and then I want to click on Favorites bar. And this is the Favorites bar up here. So I want that option to go right in here. So I'm going to click Add. And you'll notice then up here we have this Save on Delicious button added to your Favorites toolbar. Okay. Otherwise we have to go all the way up here and look for things, and you can see I have favorites from the past that are by no means organized, so I have some work to do myself to get those imported into Delicious. Okay, so we have our Delicious account set up. We have the Save To button put right on our toolbar. And what you'll notice is that button is going to be available no matter what website we are at. Okay, and this is what it's going to look like when we click it, which we don't need to now. But just for demonstration purposes, I'm going to go out to open a new tab, and we'll just go to CNN.com. Okay, and we are looking at we're doing a research on the weather. So here we have something about the drought currently going on, and we want to save this. So we want to get back to this later, or we want to share this with somebody else. Well, now we have the option of clicking Save on Delicious. Okay, and we have a title and description. So you can go with the title of the article is what gets put in there, or you can have whatever you want. Okay, so we can keep, it's probably a good idea to keep that CNN.com, and we could change that to drought, of 2012. But you don't have to change it. Okay, and again, here's the link. And tagging is something in another tutorial either you have watched or you will watch, where we could tag this with drought or CNN, something along those lines. Okay, and then we have the option of making this link private. So later on, we might be able to share this link and have other people get an alert that every time you add something to Delicious, someone else finds out about it. So they're in essence following you, something like similar to Twitter. So every time you put something on Twitter, anyone following you finds out about that. So it's kind of the same way here. So later on, people can follow you on Delicious. This would not allow this link to be shared. So that's why that is there. So I'm going to click Save. And we have the description also that we could put in. President Obama speaks about the drought of 2012. So we know that it's about, that the president is in there. Okay, then we save that. And here we have our Delicious account that opened up again. And now we have our first bookmark. So it is in there, it's saved, it's ready to go. We've got our tags, we've got our description. We could get to the article by clicking there. We can get to the article by clicking out here. So if we want to go back to that, we have a number of different ways. But in essence, that is all we had to do. We had to, sorry, this is to share it with others, a different tutorial. Forget I did that. This gets us back to that article, so we want to get back and actually read it. But remember, all we had to do, and this is available on any website, is just click the Save on Delicious button, give it some information, and click Save, and it's there. So that is step one, setting up our account, adding that button to our toolbar, saving one file into our account.